is a big Harbaugh fan. Hope Michigan keeps Harbaugh there forever. Makes players worse. Is a pitiful game manager. With a competent coach, Michigan would be a lot better. Try Baylor's coach, Dave Aranda, or Iowa State's Matt Campbell. Harbaugh 0-8 versus ranked teams on the road. Yes, he is. We put those numbers together during some sort of video. We put together a few. Oh, I know what it was. Is this the year that Michigan finally wins at Ohio State for the first time since 2000? Check out that video. We put a lot of good numbers together concerning Michigan's issues on the road against really good teams. Thank you, everyone, for the well wishes. Everything's under control. Thank you for that. Jeff says here, listen, Mark R. Though this guy's dead about 15 or so years ago. Yep, 16. Only Bo Schembechler would have turned things around. Can Harbaugh do it? Maybe. Let's wait and see. It could happen. Turn things around. So I'm not quite understanding the comment, Jeff. The man beat Ohio State, won the Big Ten championship, went to the playoff, and finished in the top 3 in the country. That is basically what he accomplished. In many respects, what he accomplished in 2022 is at the pinnacle of what Bo Schembechler accomplished. Give me a season in which Bo Schembechler accomplished more than Jim Harbaugh did in 2022. Now, we can have the argument that, of course, the playoff did not exist, and Schembechler won a Rose Bowl as he did, what, twice? 2-9, correct? 2-9, 2-8, 2-9 for Bo Schembechler and Rose Bowls. So there were 2 seasons in particular that Bo Schembechler won the Big Ten, only lost 1 or 2 games, won the Rose Bowl. Other than that, save 1985, which was an unusual season in which Michigan lost the head-to-head tiebreaker against Iowa, shared the Big Ten championship. Nope, they did not share the Big Ten championship because they had one tie as well. So they didn't even win the Big Ten, but they won the Fiesta Bowl against Nebraska and finished number 2 in the country, but without a Big Ten championship. So, Jeff, to be objective here, though I am not putting Jim Harbaugh in the class of Bo Schembechler yet, what Jim Harbaugh accomplished, if you're talking about turning around the Michigan program, he lifted the Michigan program from 5-7 prior to his arrival to a win over a top 5 Ohio State team, a Big Ten championship, a college football playoff appearance, a final ranking at number 3 in the country. Bo Schembechler never accomplished all of that in one season. I'm just laying out the facts. Bo Schembechler won more consistently than Jim Harbaugh by far. He has a better winning percentage than Jim Harbaugh at Michigan. Bo Schembechler had a string of remarkable years in which, unfortunately for him, Ohio State was right there, talking 1972, 73, 74, 75, in that range. Then Michigan broke through and had a great run of going to the Rose Bowl, winning the Big Ten, 76, 77, 78, 80. But those teams were losing a couple of games and not winning the Rose Bowl, except for 1980 and 88. So if you look at it objectively, I don't know what Jim Harbaugh is trying to turn around. He has turned it around. Now, if you're talking about completing the entire deal and winning the national championship, that's the only thing that has not been accomplished. Win the national championship. Okay, we can split hairs and say winning a college football playoff game. That would be the step in between. If, let's say, this year they go to the playoff, win a game, then lose the national championship game, that's taking another step. But semantics aside and particulars, specifics aside, Jim Harbaugh has now, and he's only done it once. I get it. It's not like he's repeated this over and over. He's not Nick Saban, Urban Meyer. He's not accomplishing what Bobby Bowden or Tom Osborne or anybody like that has done when they've done it over and 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 over. He's done it once. Beat Ohio State, won the Big Ten championship, went to the playoff, finished number 3 in the country. So while Jim Harbaugh's body of work cannot compare to Bo Schembechler's by any stretch, because Bo Schembechler's teams lived in the top 10 from the early 70s to the late 80s, every year contending for the Big Ten championship, winning it more than anybody else during that stretch, going to the Rose Bowl more than anybody out of the Big Ten during that stretch. But they would lose games, and they lost a lot of Rose Bowls. So in one season, Jim Harbaugh accomplished something that Bo Schembechler did not. Beat Ohio State, win the Big Ten championship, win the Rose Bowl / go to the college football playoff.